That's the angle I wanted to greet you with. Even though Phil Thackeray is kind of in the frame. Never mind that. Hello and welcome to my stream. We are doing another episode of Legendary Journey, a map completion project that is also aimed at collecting collections for legendary weapons, and occasionally we'll be finishing some of these legendary weapons. Now there is a bit of a preamble to today's stream. I was initially we're doing the Dreamer, as you may have guessed from the title. However, a lot of these collections don't relate to the Dreamer. In fact, the Dreamer 3, the collection that we're trying to complete, is almost finished. Now, originally we were supposed to do Fields of Ruin, or I was planning to do Fields of Ruin as the last episode of our legendary journey, and because that would complete our collection basically. The thing I wanted to do off stream, or the thing that I did off stream, was a bunch of ore maps, because we've already done those, all of them on Legendary Journey. And I was supposed to do all the temple assaults. I thought it would be very difficult. It turned out I was able to knock it out in a single evening. Of course, before that, there was a lot of waiting for those events to pop up. But eventually, I made it all in one day. And because I was so excited that it goes so well, and also we did this thing, Dream of Ancient Ore, and because I was so excited it's going this well, I thought, okay, there's only one thing that I'm saving for stream, so I'm gonna do the other item from the collection right today. And I got a little overzealous, and I did this item, which is Dream of Peace, purchased from Legionnaire Crunchbone after assisting the Char delegation out, or from Vanguard Lieutenant Viles after supporting the human delegation in Fields of Ruin. So we were supposed to do Fields of Ruin as a last one, because that is a map that we have not featured on stream. But as I got overzealous, I mistook this for this item, for Ventari's Dream. I thought this is the one I'm supposed to do off stream, because we've already done the Grove in one of the episodes, albeit with Czech commentary. But yeah, I thought I'm supposed to do this item, and I did it. And now there's no reason to go to Fields of Ruin, because the only collection that we have connected to that zone is for the Predator, which will be featured on today's stream, but there's no real reason for me to pursue the Predator at this moment. So instead, I decided to focus on a different legendary and start the collections for that one. And through some machinations that led me to Blazeridge Steps, which is fine because it's also an Escalon map. And so yeah, the collections that we're gonna do today are mostly unrelated, and the exploration is mostly unrelated to the legendary that we'll be finishing. However, the positive note, or what you may notice, is that we are not in Blazeridge Steps at the moment. We are in Queensdale, and Queensdale is also something that we have featured on stream. However, the reason why we came here, of all places, is because there is a peculiar thing, and I will share it on screen for you. If you take a look here, right, and I'll share the website. This is the Lover. The Lover is a precursor for the Dreamer legendary, the one we are gonna get through the collection, or basically we are gonna get some items required for this bow, for this precursor, to be able to craft it. We are crafting all of the legendary one legendary generation 1 weapons. And apart from some ready-made items and Spirit of the Perfected Shortbow, which we already have in our inventory, we are required to craft the horse figure and the bow wings. Now, the horse figure is relatively easy and requires just some basic crafting materials. However, the bow wings requires 2 items that you can get materials from any vendor, from anything else, but not from the trading post. You can only get it by looting it directly to your account, and it is the boar bristle and then the jar of paint base as well, which you need to purchase. Now, this one you can purchase from Terzi the Painter. She's not a karma merchant per se, but she does have these materials for sale. Or no, well, these are crafted from the base paint. However, the thing about both of these, they can be found in Queensdale, and boar bristle can be found in multiple places actually, by killing boar as an NPC. And in fact, what they actually recommend on the Wikipedia, as you can read here, is dropped by any type of boar, not only the forest boar that is here, but and they specify while the player has the collection the Bifrost Tree, the Legend, which we don't, or the Dreamer Tree, the Lover, unlocked. So just look at the wording. While the player has the collection, the Dreamer Tree, the Lover, unlocked. Okay? And they actually suggest that we can easily farm this west of the hunting lodge in Queensdale. So that's where we are now. However, and we also, as you can see here, have the Dreamer Tree, the Lover collection unlocked. However, if we look for some boar, for example this one, we'll kill it and only get a patch of fur. Okay, that's fine. They say farm, right? So maybe we need to kill multiple. Alright, let's do that then. Kill as many boar as possible and try to find the things. We are at 4 forest boars killed. Are there any more? Of course. Yeah, they're all over the place. So good recommendation to actually farm there here. There's a giant one. Maybe we should take this one on. That's the 5th one though. This is the 6th. Killed. Still just some other loot. So maybe we'll try the giant one. Since, I don't know, it's bigger. There might be actually more of a reason to loot something. Now we just do some events in Kryta. Those are the new events that they added with the anniversary. So what about this regular veteran? Let's try. And that would be our 7th boar. Okay, maybe those veterans and those like special boars don't count. Maybe it's just the regular ones. Let's assume we still have just 5. So this will kill us, the 6th and the 7th. Cool. Just a tiny fang. Another tiny fang that we loot. How long will this take? Are there any more? Yeah, there's another veteran. In fact, there is another regular ass forest boar. Let's get these 2. That puts us at 9. That one isn't killed quite yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, let's kill the veteran again. While it attacks us. We can do that, sure. Well, never mind, that didn't loot anything. Oh my god, there's a whole gallery of these boar. Can we reach that one? No, that's a bit out of reach, but these are pretty close enough. Okay, we've killed over 12 boars. Still didn't get anything. I knew what was going to happen. Well, I didn't know, but I figured we wouldn't loot it. Why I figured this? Because this is also something I wanted to do off stream, farming this boar, because I didn't know how long it would take. But I've been legit like 45 minutes hunting boar on, let's say, a weak character, of course, a starting character, but so that took quite some time. But as you can see, the numbers, the favor, or the odds are not in our favor. There is something happening. And I do believe that the Wikipedia entry is actually wrong, and that it's not when the collection is ready. I mean, sorry, unlocked, but in fact that it is when you have the recipes. And it's a theory I want to test, and I want to test it on stream so I have some proof before I haphazardly edit it, right? But also, it might be bugged, I don't know. The bristle just doesn't drop for me. And the same is actually with Terzi. Terzi you can find over here. And when you talk to her, I select all the options, and it is rather beautiful. I agree. Anyway, it is rather beautiful. I disagree. Anyway, it is rather beautiful. I have no strong feelings. Anyway, mind if I enjoy the view? And there is no option that will take me to a vendor window, right? And again, if you look at the Wikipedia entry for that, it is just, you know, Terzi the painter. And we open the Wikipedia entry for Terzi the painter. Sorry, Wikipedia wiki pen. It says when Bolt won the experimental sword, which we've already done. When this one is active, it doesn't necessarily specify when this option is open, but it would seem, well, it does actually. It does in the dialogue tree, doesn't it? Bifrost tree, the legend, and there the thing is completely missing, or the dreamer tree, the lover. Okay, yeah, it is here. The entry actually specifies that when you have the collection, or the dreamer tree, the lover completed. Okay, so this one is fine. This one is fine. This one is correct. We don't have to fix this one. This one is correct, probably. But this one, the boar bristle, is apparently written incorrectly. So we will fix it at the end of the stream. We will not start with crafting the legendary. That will come as our sort of a sweet reward at the end of the stream. But I just wanted to see the difference between me pointlessly hunting the boar in this map and having the collection completed, and see if that makes any difference. There are a couple of things that we can actually do also before that, and one of them is maybe the thing is wrong, and it actually specifies that we need to have the item volume 3 purchased, because there is an item that is called the dreamer tree, or the lover tree. It's the dreamer tree, I believe, that we need to purchase that. So we might try that and do a little boar hunting, but then we're gonna swiftly move on to Blazeridge steps and do a little exploration. Also, hello Rakan, welcome to the stream. Nebo ahoy. Long time no see. I know I haven't been very diligent in streaming, but I assume you've also been incredibly busy with school. So how's school? How's it going? So yeah, there's this item which we will have to purchase for the collection. So now that we have it purchased, we can actually try to kill some boar and see if the item drops. A lot of work. Hope it bore fruit. Hope you're what, an engineer now already, or is it gonna come later? Yeah, you're actually still in the summer holiday period, aren't you? Because you're in university, so that would mean September is not go back to school day still. So was it just regular work? It wasn't school stuff. Okay, yeah, I see no difference. Like, I don't expect it to drop right away, but I kind of do actually. But it might take a while, so I will just, for the sake of testing, make sure it doesn't drop until we have the recipes, which is what I believe is the condition. But yeah, no, it would see. Yeah, we're not looting anything, so my theory, unless I'm really unlucky, but I think this is like decisive proof, because like whatever I've been trying to loot into these collections, it dropped pretty early on, like I don't know, maybe from like a 10th mob. It never took this long. So we'll see, because you know, if we drop it within like 3 boars after unlocking the recipes, I think it will be quite overwhelmingly likely that it is after the recipes instead of just the collection.
I could outrun a
So yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done here. Let's go to Blazeridge and start with the exploration. So we're not going with Charlotte. Charlotte already has the map fully discovered by some chance. I have all of Escalon basically on Charlotte now. However, we don't have it on Lou, the Light, our Revenant, so we will do it with her. Also, should I switch the build, because this is not very good. Also, you're seeing Taco all over the screen. That's not good. This is much better. So yeah, you are Renegade, but there is just some general Renegade build. I hope it's better than the support one, but regardless, we should be fine. Also, we're getting these weird achievements as well. You're starting 19th already. We always started in October. Sorry, I had to roll the months over in my head. So there are a couple of ways to purchase Blazeridge Steps. As you can see, I already have 22% on this character as well, but it's mostly like blazing through here. There's like 1 heart I completed. Otherwise, it's mostly just hero points or hero challenges, right? And some waypoints. So there's a lot to discover still. And yeah, there's a couple of ways to approach this. From Iron Marches, from Plains of Ashford, which I would do if we had this explored, but you can actually come here from Fields of Ruin as well. So we will start here down south, and we're in Blazeridge Steppes, so an Escalonian territory, meaning it is actually Char territory, but we will find a lot of humans who lived here previously. And my favorite segment, or my favorite tool to use, that Shaman's Historical Guide to Teteria, will come in handy here because there's a shit ton of zones from the first
but pockets of human separatists between here and Ebonhawk
game.
use outlaw methods to put stress on the tenuous peace. Between them and the ogres, we have no spare time. We could use some help.
Alright, so as you can hear, some animosity is still existing between the humans and the Char. Of course, they've been at war for a while, and the treaty is rather fresh. In fact, if we were to do Fields of Ruin, there are some negotiations that are taking place. They are trying to keep the peace, right? So the first thing that greets us is Kai Clashscorn, who is a Char, obviously Blood Legion. You can recognize that by the armor. And they want us to fight the ogres. Now, the ogres are going to be a presence in this map, as they are in a lot of Escalon. We do have the Foe Watch encampment and the Vista, which we will take a look at. And after we do, we can look straight at that Shaman's Historical Guide to Tyria and see what this area corresponds to. Which is not a lot, and now that I'm looking at it. But this encampment, you would not find anything interesting on in Guild Wars 1. As you can see, and I'll just remind everybody, these highlights, these sort of white borders, signify Guild Wars 1 maps. Now, this is a very edge of the map. Meaning there would probably be some cliffs and stuff, and you wouldn't be able to walk very far, even though Guild Wars 1 had the the advantage that you could not jump, so they wouldn't put a sheer cliff right at the end of the map. Sometimes they would, but it could slope down as much as it could slope up. So you could actually, in some parts, probably walk right at the edge, but there's nothing so far that would correspond with Guild Wars 1 maps. But this is just like a preview of what's to come, and a couple of things that we could talk about. And in fact, I can talk about the Pockmark Flats, which were a zone, an explorable zone with quite a bit of side quests. There's nothing that would like signify that here on the wiki, but there are a couple of foes, and vanquishing this was pretty annoying, but as you can see here, the sort of crater area that we're gonna come to did exist in the first game. There was an outpost, and well, we're gonna talk about that later. No spoilers, right? Anyway, we will fight this ogres for the Char. So it's destroy ogre supplies and flag stands. By the way, was there a boar that we killed accidentally as well? No, that was a raptor. Flag stands prevent brawls between Char and humans, help patrol combat ogres, and revive fallen allies. So basically reduce the ogre threat. If we just keep killing, I'm pretty sure and confident we will be able to do this in no time. Also, we will keep getting these achievements that give no AP. Just experience. So flag stands are actually destroyed by pressing F. No attacking needed. What was it else? Prevent brawls. I don't know how you do that. I don't know where they brawl with. Actually, we're helping humans as well. There is specified the Legion, but and the quest giver is a Char, but they are mostly Ebonhawk soldiers, which is interesting. Rock dogs are typically ogre pets, but this one didn't count towards the achievement. This one is threatening the sanctity of the inside. There are no dead people markers on the map, but as we've discussed several times, oh, we have no good consumables. That's unfortunate. We can do this one though. Get some more XP. Ugh. So yeah, as I've discussed many times, it is actually always a good idea to revive in a heart, a renowned heart area, because revives always count towards the renowned heart progress. I don't know of any zone that would violate this rule. So we're gonna come to Kai just to look at her wares, see if she's selling anything interesting. There might be some skins. I do doubt that though. These all seem pretty common. All right, I will take the gathering materials, even though gathering is not a primary thing for us and is not gonna be. And we'll continue on west. West along these ridges, and as you can see, the environment here is quite a bit different from what you're used to in Ascalon. It is a little more verdant. This is an interesting heart because it's all about these drakes. However, you're not supposed to kill them. As you can see, I've killed one and didn't get any heart progress. It is actually that we have to lure the salamander drakes into fishing nets with tasty fishes, repair small fishing nets, and search the village for separatists. So if you don't want to do this, you can always kill, and it's killing separatists. However, I think the more interesting thing is definitely not the repairing, but the fact that you can actually grab a fish from this barrel and I guess offer it to a salamander drake, and they are not following us at the moment. However, they get angry, but they can get friendly as well, as you can see. And once you lead them into this area, which normally this is a highlight for capturing, but if you just lure them over here just by grabbing the fish, there's again someone who doesn't understand the heart. Probably they're new from Steam, from the Steam release, maybe, perhaps. But yeah, you can actually do this and get heart progress this way, which is, it is a break in the traditional formula a little bit. It's not just killing and pressing F. There is some thought put into this, although. And they will not follow you by being hostile. I don't know why this one doesn't follow me at all. I've offered the fish multiple times, but yeah, and as you can see, there are some bots who will use this opportunity. What the hell? I'm getting skill lags. Yeah, there are some farmers who will use this opportunity to just farm these drakes for whatever reason. Anyway, I think I'm done with this stuff. We will try to find some separatists, and yeah, they are hiding in the suspicious bushes. And yeah, we can actually kill those as well and get a little bit of a heart progress. We have never met the quest giver, the heart giver. It's this chart this time. This one I would assume is Iron Legion, but we'll see. Tread softly. Oh, that no. Actually, that is another heart. So let's loop back to the heart vendor, just for completion's sake, and see what wares they offer. Not much. there's no unique skins, I don't believe. So we'll continue and go to Torah. And Torah, if I'm pronouncing it right, does have a thing for us. Does have an item. So Torah's Weave actually wants us to destroy separatists. Okay, so this one is all about killing separatists. Also destroy separatist siege weapons, not them themselves, but siege weapons and weapon plans. Also, we can steal the siege weapons. I'm out of the range of this now. And or ammo, actually, not the siege weapons. We would, yeah. I was thinking, like, how do we steal the siege weapons? You want us to destroy them but also steal them? But no, that's fine. And we can also rescue char captives, which is fine. I don't know what's going on with the effects here, but I guess that's fine. Also, we're not collecting this one, so that's always a good thing. There we go. This is going rather easy. I mean, the siege weapons might be the way to do this. Alright, we got one of those useless achievements. It's all good. Every achievement is a good achievement, even though it doesn't give AP, which kind of makes me a little disappointed. But yeah, there's the Drake Hollow, a little bit of a hill. I do believe there are some events sometimes, but I might be mistaken. Anyway, we can loop back and actually go to Torah. This time not just for scanning their wares, but also because they actually have an item that we need. And that's the Swept Weave schematic, I believe. It is for the Predator collection. Yeah, and it is blue. So we will actually purchase this. You can purchase a recipe for some random ass rifle. I don't know why you would do it. This might be a unique skin. I don't know. It might also be very, very common. But yeah. So that completes our Predator collection for this zone at the very least. There's still a couple to go. But that's a story for another time. So we will unfollow that as you know, finished. And yeah, we're continuing on. There is a veteran renegade captain. Now, renegades, there are two factions, renegades and separatists. Each one, separatists are human traitors, basically. Renegades are char who don't like the peace treaties. So, looking back at the historical guide, this area still nothing interesting, so it is not necessary for us to look at it. We will simply move on, unlock the waypoint, and see what the scout says. They actually lead us underground too.
Every day they pour out of the dragon brand. We don't know how their numbers keep increasing, but we know how to call them. Steel Eye Span, a massive base established to support troop movements, has been instrumental in our success at keeping the branded under control. The Iron Legion is there, and they're always in need of soldiers who can wield a weapon or spell.
Good. I forgot to bring some water. Oh yeah, this is actually a shortcut to this area. Well, a shortcut. Well, it is. It's a passage. It's a passage underneath these cliffs. It's interesting that the scouts are here and just have their backs turned. I guess this is the tunnel that, you know, those prisoners would run through, I guess. We are in the southern part of the brand. The brand, as you may know, is this purple line all across Syria, which actually, this is an interesting thing. It used to end here. What's here, you may ask? It used to be Glenn's lair. However, for a long time, the map looked the way that this brand actually ended here. When they added the Crystal Desert and Path of Fire as an expansion, they actually expanded the brand as well to end over here. And when they started adding more content, for some reason they expanded the brand even further, and Kralkatorrik took a sharp turn and eventually ended up here, dead. We still don't know what's here in their last nest. Or his. Who knows? However, what we have to do here is use old Escalonian weapons to send ghostly aggression towards the branded. So that's an interesting thing, because we can actually use the human artifacts to cause a rift between the branded and the ghosts, both enemies that are making it harder on the char in the area. So we can try this dagger, see if it helps us in any way. And yeah, you're actually getting credit, I guess, for just using it. It's not as effective against human enemies, but that's fine. And you can also actually progress this hard by killing ghosts as well. So yeah, you can progress this just by killing, but picking up environmental weapons will help you achieve that goal very easily. And you can actually do the opposite as well, i.e. take these crystals and actually use it against the ghosts, which is probably what I'm gonna do right now, because there is a ghost pursuing me. They kinda gave up though, which is not great, but we can still attack. Don't know if we got any progress from that. It didn't seem like it, but that just might be my imagination. Let's get some more XP boosters, just so we can. So yeah, there's an Escalonian mage. If we toss it at her, we don't actually achieve anything. Or was it short range, or did... Okay, yeah, the ghost is obstructed. So that's definitely normal behavior, or more likely a bug. This one is not obstructed and actually counted towards the hard progress. So yeah, the branded in this area are actually a very new threat, you know, on a historical scale. The ghosts have been here since King Adelburn actually created them. Oh, and Corteria has some enemy dialogues as well. I only thought they added it with End of Dragons. Apparently not. Today I learned. Okay, we still have this crystal, but no ghosts to throw it at. We can pull one out of the ground. Of course, then we're gonna have the sword. That is not effective against the branded. But they still give hard progress, right? So maybe I shouldn't...
Blood Legion, see it done.
Ignore them. This block is annoying. Alright, so dodging attacks. As you can see, it actually counts evade frames even out of dodge. There's still a couple of achievements that we have to finish, including some gathering ones, which is probably something I could have been doing. Never mind that now. It is funny that the weapons actually lure out the ghosts, but the branded crystals don't lure out the branded. Don't know what kind of a double standard that is. Also, I used a branded shard on a branded enemy. That will get me no brownie points. But yeah, now that the hero, I'm sorry, the renowned heart is done, we can talk to the NPC. And finally, have a look at the historical guide, and it will actually show us something. That's not what I wanted to press. I am confused because in PvP, I hit these buttons completely in a different order. And actually when I'm running fractals with this character. So we will go to the renowned heart, and while we're running, we can actually have a look at the historical guide to Tyria, which will show us that the area we're here is actually part of a zone, but not one, two zones. On top of that, the Regent Valley, the reason that there is a gray outline, but also a sort of a green outline, which can much better be seen around Escalon Academy, or more importantly, the Wizard's Folly. The green one was available in Guild Wars 1 in pre-searing Escalon. So pre-searing is an interesting event in the history of Tyria, which created actually, well, it didn't create the ghosts, but it was the first climactic thing. There are also some environmental weapons on demand sometimes at these vendors. I thought Stone of Rin would be one. It's not. But it doesn't matter. What was supposed to be here was an orchard. And this guy won't tell us anything anymore. But it used to be an orchard. As you can see, it is where an NPC, Mara Malone, she's supposed to be like the epitome of a common person. I know the picture doesn't suggest it, but yeah, she's dealing with spiders around this part, and yeah, if you look at the image, you can see that the orchard has some arcs. None of it is in Guild Wars 2. As you can see, it was completely leveled by the brand. So no more signs of this. Let's continue north then with our exploration. There's still a lot to go. Around two-thirds of the map. So let's gather some materials, just because the useless achievement is telling us so, if I remember correctly. And yeah. And we're in the range of another renowned heart, this time in the thing that they showed us through the scout cinematic. We'll figure out what this does later. However, what I wanted to focus on as well here, again through that shaman's historical guide, is the secret garden. Well, actually this one is a lot more north. So, but you may remember in one of our previous episodes we did the Plains of Ashford, the starting Char area, and I couldn't find anything about the secret garden. Of course, the secret garden refers to the garden where Nicholas the Traveler and his lovely companion, Professor Yuckington, where they actually spend their time in pre-searing. I will not explain, probably. What the fuck are you doing? Let me just mine the iron ore, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain much about the Traveler, Nicholas the Traveler, and what their purpose was in the first game. However, I do believe that they had a purpose, or he had a purpose. So yeah, there's some event that asks us to assist with the defense of this thing. Also, one wall section is not being repaired because whatever NPC is here, they don't really give a fuck about this heart. And maybe they might be a farmer as well. Who knows? They don't move, they don't budge. It would feel odd to me that they wouldn't be able to target an NPC right away if they're a bot, but whatever. How are we doing with the collection? With the guide? There's still a lot to go. But yeah, as you heard, the Steel Eye waypoint is a sore eye in the eyes of the branded. However, historically, it's been built upon Fort Rannick. Now, Fort Rannick is a sort of a, well, it is a mission, and it is a sort of a remote outpost. You can, sorry, you need to go through multiple maps to get here. In fact, 2 is enough from Old Escalon to Regent Valley, and potentially from the Serenity Temple. Do remember that in order to get into Serenity Temple, you need to take a different route as well. But you can go from Fort Rannick. However, yeah, Fort Rannick used to be a fairly out of the way outpost, especially in pre-searing. Post-searing, not so much, seeing as you have a mission here. And in fact, let me just show you. The mission continues from Fort Rannick all the way to the north. However, as you can see, there is a frontier gate that corresponds with the wall. This is, of course, the wall that the humans built to keep the char out. Didn't really work much, but whatever. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, Fort Rannick was an interesting map that led you to Frontier Gate. If I'm not mistaken, this mission was basically run to a place, discover that there's a shit ton of char, run back to Fort Rannick, leg it. Just fucking absolutely leg it. I'm dying, by the way, in game. You had to run for your life, otherwise you would be overrun by the char, who are wicked fast. Okay, this is out of range. I don't give a shit. There are the lightning rods, and I didn't actually read the description. It is fight branded creatures. Use Iron Legion cannons, pick up unexploded mortar shells, activate lightning rods, and destroy branded devourer nests. So they don't specify how to reactivate it, but it's actually working. If we just come to it and flip F. However, it seems to be sensitive on the order in which I press them, I guess. Yep, that's it. We're emitting 2 buzzes. It's 3 buzzes now. And everything is fine. There we go. And we summoned a branded. That's our reward. Thank you, Char. Char, you have some weird ideas of fun. Anyway. Let's move on. There are some unexpected shells. We can apparently throw them at enemies. And it kind of works. Although they didn't eat this one. And I'm already out of range again. Did we talk to the scout? No, we didn't.
Is occupied by hostile ogres, the Bohemian Grand Crawl, and Suit Grand Crawl, active staging points for their assaults on our territories in the southeast. Clear them out.
Could have gone for that water. It doesn't matter now. It's too late. We can attack a branded that's inside the wall. I do believe you can actually go inside the walls here. That's true here, yeah. And so it's not abnormal. It's not a wall glitch. This is just what happens here. These give very little progress because they're hatchlings, which is good. At least they give something. And we help the Iron Legion. Of course, the Iron Legion is the primary force of the Char Armada to keep a lookout over this territory. And of course, I'm sorry. This brings about rumors of, human lovers among their ranks. It's all very silly. Okay, as you can see, the previous skins weren't unique, seeing as we found them here as well. So let's actually continue east, just to do like a back and forth sweep, make sure we don't actually miss anything, which is, always a possibility, and in fact quite regular now. There is an event. If there is also a renowned heart, it might help us. Otherwise, it's just noise. We will get the point of interest, maybe hit them once or twice. You won't get to fool me thrice. But yeah, see if we get any credit even for a failed event. However, I do not see that in my cards. We'll move on then. We will move on. So, more ogre stuff, more ogre shit. This is still part of the same heart vendor, isn't it? I'm sorry, the same heart giver. I don't know what to call them. People of interest, VIP, very ignorant people. I don't know. So I don't suppose you have any. I don't give a shit. Why am I reading this? He's just some random ass NPC. Even though I do believe this is the place, and I will explain in a minute. After I actually get the vista. Ooh! I forgot to show you. So yeah, Griffin Claw Peak, also interesting. Point of interest. I will take the vista. Let you take a look. Hopefully, don't die to a griffin right afterwards, and I will fetch some water for myself. So I'll be right back. Sit tight. Sorry for the delay. So yeah, I have been able to glance a waterfall. In fact, in Fields of Ruin, I believe, a similar waterfall leads to a rich iron ore node. Not so this one. I have lost my train of thought. I was talking about something, wasn't I? I was discussing something. It is unfortunately lost to us from now on. Never mind that now. Coming up north. What was I talking about? Now it's gonna be bugging me. Bugging me all over. Now there is a path. I don't know whether it leads to anything interesting. There is this cave and also an inside of a cave. And
Cast down the oppressors.
come on, why am I moped?
Protected.
What is going on in here? I think it's just some... Oh yeah, there is a jumping puzzle apparently. we're not gonna do that one. We are going to do another jumping puzzle. It is eventually gonna require that. However, I don't see any points of interest or anything inside, so this one we're gonna leave as is and move on. What was I talking about? Okay, let's drop it. Let's drop it. Now, this is another ogre problem that we need to take care of. Eventually we're gonna find some friendly ogres, but these factions are apparently a little more dickish. And it is just eliminate them, destroy their housing, gates, supplies, and weapon racks. So one of the more cliched renowned hearts, unfortunately. Those are always, I don't know, they feel a little trite, and I'm always kind of concerned how like, new people will take them, whether they wouldn't be bored by them. But I guess this is what every MMO does, so it shouldn't be that difficult, right? Don't know why these banners are here, what purpose they serve. There we go. Destroy the supplies, of course. I almost forgot. We can also do that. It is kind of fast, actually. Alright. There it is. Ash Legion helped. The vendor will actually tell us what? Oh, I know what I was talking about. Yeah, there is a war horn, and it is a mod near skin, which I do believe you can buy for karma, but this might be the cheaper option. There is a vendor that actually sells a ton of this stuff. We passed this, so I will probably not be coming back, but there is a spot somewhere in Escalon, and I don't know whether it was the thing that we actually walked across, but yeah, where there's a fireplace, and it gets attacked by more mods. We might actually run into it further north. I don't quite remember, but we'll see. And it is a reference to a movie. That's the thought I wanted to share with you. It is a reference to the movie Gods Must Be Crazy. Moving on, there is sometimes an event that goes on that has you fighting in this pit. It's apparently not on at the moment. But it is called the Last Whiskey Bar. This area, or at least this waypoint. It is not part of any renowned heart, so we will move on swiftly further north. Now, I think I have forgotten some items to bring along. I definitely forgot some items, which is fine. We have bank access. I will use it, even though it is a kind of a valuable item.
That feels better.
But just so we don't have to go into any city, we will need these two items with us. There we go. Kind of a waste of a good bank access, but we are on a schedule. We are on a timer, basically. So yeah, this is full of ghosts, as you can see. There is a hero challenge that we've already done. I will read the lore at least. Through the statues and columns have been reduced. Though the statues and columns have been reduced to rubble by centuries of dark magic, dragons, and time, the scorched remains of this once majestic Ascalonian temple still glow with a pulsing energy. Normally we would get a hero point, but there is something we can do here, and that is placing an orichalcum horn into the power source. This one is not for a legendary collection. This one's actually for Uzulan's mechanical orchestra, which is an interesting collection that will yield an interesting guild decoration. However, as you can see, we are missing quite a few things. And one of them is imbuing one of the items we just retrieved from the bank for this item. So we get Spirit Powered Horn. Not a very good icon for it, but who cares? It is an achievement though, so yeah, we can actually mark this one as collected, because that's all we're gonna need. Now, a couple of interesting facts about this place. There is a statue of Dwayna. There are a lot of events that go around here, and there is an achievement, a sort of a quest that you can do that is connected to this renowned heart, and it actually asks you to touch the stones in a peculiar or in a particular order. And if we take a look at that shaman's historical guide, Serenity Temple is actually an outpost that used to be in Guild Wars 1. It did host a statue of Dwayna, but it also hosted a statue of Melandru on the north end of the plaza. Now, again, being Guild Wars 1, those outposts were not all that interesting. They didn't have any specific like vendors and stuff. There were some quests, but what it's notable for, it is the birthplace of Menlo, apparently, which I didn't even know. But as you can see, he was born in Serenity Temple. He was born in a temple. And that is a prominent character in Guild Wars 1. I do believe... does he appear in Guild Wars 2 as a ghost? I actually doubt that now. But he might? Do we actually encounter Menlo at any point? We are dying, by the way. But now there's just a reference to him through the armor. In fact, it is a... I'm just gonna kill the ghost. It is a regular ass armor that just has the name after Menlo. But yeah, it was a very important character and closely tied to Kanta as well. Now, since we have the Kantan era, we might actually find out. Well, he might actually come back as a ghost or in some other form. There might be more references to him, and so on and so forth. Anyway, historian Janelle, this was the only one we had unlocked, and she actually holds scriptures of Dwayna. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually the thing that I came for last time. We'll move further now, further down east, towards this renowned heart, which is one of the more interesting ones. So there is this scholar Olen, who well, first of all, I should introduce this area. There is this giant ass searing crystal. Killing stuff in this area doesn't do a lot. There is a specific way to collect this renowned heart, or finish it. We can't do anything with the supplies. As you can see, there is a giant searing crystal, and along or around it, a bunch of Grawl. Now, as you might know, the Grawl worship anything that's remotely impressive, including this searing crystal. Now, again, looking at that shaman's historical guide to Syria, the searing crystal, known then as the pockmark crystal, was an exceedingly large searing crystal, probably the largest, and it did create this whole ass crater in here. So it was a landmark in Guild Wars 1 as well. It had a tar lake around it. I don't know if there are any tar remnants over here. We can actually take a look. There is some mist around it. But yeah, the Grawl are actually worshipping it, and Renowned Heart is all about luring ravens into... I'm sorry, you will actually transform into a raven. Let's actually hear about the plan from him directly. Confound those begrimed bipedal flea sacks. I was out collecting samples when we were assailed by Grawl. My golem could only get me this far before breaking down, but I know how to exact my revenge. What's your plan? To get the Grawl to abandon the crystal they call the Tail of the Star God, I'm going to trick them into thinking a raven is their god instead. The idea came to me after watching Jor transform. A raven? Isn't that a common bird? Indeed it is. I've devised a brilliant illusion that will make you look like a small raven. What do you say? You win? What do I need to do? And we get it from there on. We will actually transform into a raven form. It doesn't look like a raven itself, but don't mind the event here. Instead, this is what like the ravens, well, the Norn look like when they transform into ravens. But yeah, the idea is that we will now trick the Grawl into them thinking we're ravens. We don't have to fight the earth elementals. What is this guy doing, dude? What's up with him? And yeah, so we will just basically bully the Grawl, and they will switch their worship and abandon the crystal, apparently. Of course that never happens, otherwise the Renowned Heart would cease to exist. But basically we do everything here as a raven, hoping that the local Grawl that do survive our rampage will actually consider ravens a powerful enemy. I don't know what the skills do. I don't want to read them. It's too much hassle to actually learn this just for this heart. It does seem like the second skill is probably the most hard-hitting. The rest are just very, very meh. And it might actually be the easiest thing to... It has a knockback as well. It might actually be the easiest to press F on the stuff, but the stuff around the yellow things. Nah, this one plays a whole ass animation and roots you in place. This one might not be the best. The canopies were much better. The jars or whatever they had over there. Okay, I got all the items that I need. All the prerequisites. Actually, let me just cross out some stuff. from my tracking right here. And we'll continue on. So we finished the Renowned Heart. Just because we read that whole preamble, I'm gonna see what he's got to say. Now that we finished the heart, and come back here for the vista and continue on with our exploration. So yeah, he's selling this and he's saying, "Brilliant, you're surprisingly agile for someone so gangly and poorly balanced. Please do continue these accommodating behaviors." Funny. Alright, I'm guessing the vista will actually show us more of the searing crystal. Yeah, have I ever explained the searing crystals? The searing crystals are actually what fell from the sky after the Char conjured these. So they're a Char, they're Char magic, basically. They are not from Char. They did not originate with them, but they were the ones who called them in the Searing Cauldron. Well, with the Searing Cauldron, and they're supposed to be Titan magics. Now, we have not encountered a single Titan in Guild Wars 2 thus far, and the Titans are supposed to be like some of the most menacing creatures in all of Guild Wars 2. So whenever ArenaNet decides to add them, I hope it's gonna be a raid boss or something, because I would love to see what they look like in Guild Wars 2 version, in their redesign, right? Because I assumed it's likely they're gonna be redesigned. We will have to come back a little further just to get this point of interest. Again, plenty of stuff to destroy, presumably for some nearby point of interest. We will have to bust through the gate because we are in combat. Can't easily get on a mount. Now it's a little better, so let's get back on the Raptor. Anything over here? There's like a fog of war. Nope, nothing. This is just a little corner of the map, nothing special. This is Agrak Kral. Actually, this thing will remain fogged even as we finish the whole map. You can't get there. There is just a chunk of this map missing on the artwork. Like, it does reach quite far into the map's geometry, or you know, the general artwork. We are coming up on the peaceful ogres, and these peaceful ogres are quite weak. They have been pushed by the tougher ogre tribes, and we're supposed to help them, actually. Supposed to help them by dueling them and training their pets to help make them tougher, build houses for the ogres' pets, return chickens to their cages, replace spoiled food from their food supply. So this is a very peaceful thing. However, Quip is all about Schadenfreude. So actually, what they ask us to do for this collection is to laugh at the misfortune of these ogres. So I don't know where to do that precisely. I guess I have to go into the cave first. I'm supposed to laugh at them because they need help with taming the pets. And as you can see, pick on ogres, item collected. Okay, so this one is a little bit involved as a renowned heart. Chickens are supposed to go back in cages. Okay, ogre's pet horn. I don't know what to do with this one.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Okay, we need to replace this frying pan. I guess we put that on the fire pit. Start with green onions. Toss in chicken feet. Add a pinch of okay, we've made some stew. Alright, good, nice.
What brings you to
It probably doesn't matter what we put in, does it?
I feel better. Yes.
Okay, we can rebuild these houses. Again, grab a chicken, bring it back to the cage. It is a little confusing. The Vulture-Raptor hatchling looks frightened. Offer it a treat. Seems focused now. Use it against the pole. Good. Okay. Threaten it. Kick dirt at it. Good. No. Do you want to fight? No. It seems picking up chicken is about the easiest thing you can do here. Oh, the pet houses are broken again. So no, this is the easiest thing. Definitely just press F. It does give a bit of progress, and that's the heart done. There are some merchants. I don't know what they sell. But this might be one of the vendors that actually sells something nice as an environmental weapon, doesn't it? Well, they actually sell limes in bulk, which is a cooking ingredient. I don't have any need for it, so I will leave it here. But if you're on a cooking journey, as I once was, this might be helpful. Also, there's a renowned heart that we skipped. We will actually have to sort of head there. This cliff area kind of fogged. I don't know whether you can unfog it by walking on top of it. Of course, in the good old days, this wouldn't be possible without a mount. There is a sentinel who we can help, but there's also an event going on with not a lot of time left. It is a defense event, I guess. Remove the squid from Tongue Rock and the squid encroaching on Canal Fort. Knock over squid shiny things, disable squid traps, return stolen weapons to the sentinels. So these char are being harassed by squid, which is curious, right? It's like a reverse Tom and Jerry. Rats being a nuisance to, well, I mean, Jerry was always a nuisance to Tom, but yeah, there is also their cave somewhere. They are actually heading to it. So this is the Tongue Rock that you're supposed to do mayhem there.
Time for a revolution.
Maybe I'll think twice next time. Refreshing. I feel energized.
Alright, quite a collection of stuff.
We got company.
No point of interest though. Might as well skip it during exploration. But it does give us renowned heart progress and a bit of XP to actually unfog an area. Don't know if you knew that, but you get XP every time you unfog a piece of the map, and it counts as a region. And there's an odd achievement that actually wants you to discover regions across the area. And it refers to unfogged parts.
Poking around near Brandview. Evil Asura are nothing to sneeze at. And they couldn't have come at a worse time. Scouts have pinpointed a location we believe to be their headquarters. Someone should give them a reason to pack up and leave.
Sorry, I zoned out for a bit. I don't know what I'm supposed to be on the lookout for. Oh, Inquest. Okay, there is an Inquest presence as well. It is the Ingenium research facility, which we are to infiltrate and eliminate Inquest, destroy their lab equipment and research data. Actually, this scout doesn't tell us anything new, but this is the lab. I do believe there are some events connected to this place as well. Just a bit of an underground area though, nothing major, nothing interesting about it, nothing that would be historical.
Let Legion see it done.
You know, no reason for it here from Guild Wars 1 given. It's just here.
Cast down the oppressors.
So yeah, you can smash, or you can take the power matrix, and the power matrix will actually allow you to then enter some of these places. If I'm not mistaken, you detonate it. No, it's not that. It might be the crystals from the holders. Right, Inquest research data. Alright, thank you for the chill. It's very useful.
On the double.
There's definitely a way to get there. In fact, there are some collections that require you to get in. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be with anything you can pick up here. Or maybe it is. I wouldn't know. There is a forever petrified agent. It might open during the event. Who knows? Just hang on. We'll get you out. We'll see about that. Actually, we can open this door, which is probably useful, but not to us. So we'll move on. Check the vendor and bounce. And continue further north. I need to replenish my supplies. Don't know if any of these skins are any unique, but I'm gonna assume they're not. They looked pretty common. And yeah, see what else is on the docket. Continuing on into the brand. Nothing more down south, which is good. Meaning we can just blaze through here and unlock this waypoint. Probably we're kind of near it. There is no renowned heart though, so no need for us to stick around. Continuing further east, we will find well, the wall, the Great Wall that the Escalonians erected to keep the Char out. Of course, now it's a rubble, and nothing more than a rubble. But I guess an obstacle nonetheless. Oh, this is the campfire. Yeah. Oh, it's actually a hero challenge. So yeah, this is a reference to the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy. This campfire appears to have been extinguished recently. You light it and Marmox has come, which is a reference to where they actually lit a fire in the movie and were attacked by, or it lured a bunch of rhinos. It was supposed to be like a funny scene. I don't quite remember the gist of the humor. I think they were trying to like repel them or something, and as soon as they lit the fire, they actually called them towards them or something. I don't quite remember the movie. The last time I watched it, I was a kid. I was genuinely a child. So yeah. However, yeah, there is the wall, and another glance at the historical guide will actually show us something interesting. And I want to see where that is exactly. Also, there is a heart that we almost did almost fully completed. A scout.
Branded aren't our only enemy north of the wall. The Ash Legion initiated an operation to the east, codenamed Tawny Ridge. They've been watching the Separatists gather at Craze's Folly. Both sides have seen plenty of fighting. I'm sure they'd appreciate some help.
Which side? Yeah, so there's this renowned heart, which is recover harpy feathers and give them to Woad. Use Woad's experimental essence extractor to obtain essence from harpies. Destroy harpy roosts. But also, there is Wark. Wark is someone who has a project, which we will need to help with. I think I've done this on stream already. I may have not. If not, this is the perfect opportunity. But yeah, there is an item we need to purchase from Wark, and he only offers it when this event is finished. So we will have to assist him. It's all about killing the harpies, so it's you know, doing two things with one stone, killing two birds with one stone. That's how the saying goes. Yeah, we're supposed to carry the harpy glands to him, bring him the harpy glands, and we'll see what he does with them. I don't think he specifies at any point, but quite a lot he needs. I will check what the heart vendor gives us. It's actually Harpy Love Memento. And yeah, this is supposed to be like also something that
Harpy glands contain pheromones. Strong love potion. Maybe I'll call it Happy Harpy.
oh yeah, he wants to make a love potion with the harpy pheromones, which is, you know, cute and all. And we want some of those pheromones, unfortunately. We can only extract glands. We don't know how to get the pheromones themselves from the harpies, I guess, is the story here.
This is our fight.
Okay, excuse the lack of commentary. At this point, I'm not really sure what to.
Many successful elixirs. Ever heard of devourer wax? Yes, that is mine. Excelsior.
Alright, it's going good. There are some people joining in. I do wonder how many of them are actually playing through the Steam client. I'm assuming some are, because I can't quite imagine who would be doing this content in 2022 apart from me. So there are a couple more here. More harpy hunters.
Think of all the people longing to improve their love lives. My perfume performs a primary public service. Have we met?
Oh my god, this is taking so long.
That feels better.
Protected.
Alright, this might be enough. I'll kill this one as well and hand what we got. Hand in what we got. And we might actually talk about the Shaman's Historical Guide and have a look at... okay, I'll leave the others to finish this. They are about to do that any minute. I will turn on the Shaman's Guide and see where we're at. Because beyond the Searing Crystals, well, the one that is like dominant here, and the Serenity Temple.
Keep the claws, beaks, and other assorted parts to yourself.
There is, oh, it's at the very edge, right? We're at the wall now. In Eastern Frontier, which used to be an explorable zone, not a lot that would be all that interesting in here. It is a giant wasteland. However, there is an outpost right towards the west. It's Frontier Gate, and I'll come to it and talk about it once we actually move towards the western part. What are the people doing? I thought this would have been done by now. It feels like it didn't move since I've last spoken to work. I know it goes very slowly. Did we talk to this scout? I think we did, didn't we?
Branded aren't our only enemy.
Yeah.
North of the wall.
Sorry, my bad. My bad. For being indignant with these people.
That feels better.
Well, I'm also not killing harpies like I should.
It's satisfying to poke the glands.
Ah, there we
They
go.
make this fascinating
What the fuck?
swish
This guy is...
sound.
This guy is a pervert.
You certainly are persistent.
I don't want to kink shame, right? But it feels a little off.
Protected.
So yeah, it's towards that vista that we will be going to talk about the outpost. Now we'll see whether he unlocks as a vendor right away. I do believe there is one more part to this event. It's sort of an event chain. So in 7 seconds we will find out. I could probably sort my inventory, although we have a huge inventory.
The simple
Score one
elegance
for
of the
me.
eternal alchemy is that everything has a use, even harpy glands. Off to manifest aromatic magic.
Yeah, not as a vendor right away. As you can see, I have some jar of harpy pheromones, but we need at least one more vial. I actually overused them at one point. We were already using them in certain situations. But yeah, I actually need to buy some more.
I see. Yes, yes, indeed.
Part of why my inventory is so big is
most remarkable.
because I made a mistake once.
My genius is well known.
And bought a character
I call my
bag
perfume
expansion
a
slot
solation.
instead of a bank
Now,
slot.
try it out. You may want to stand back. I'm about to attract a stampede of beauties. I hear them. Their hearts beat as loud as the beating of wings. Ah! Unhand me, abhorrent avian!
So,
Where are you taking me? Help! I'm not ready for this level of commitment. Help! Help! Una! Miss Ettenbreaker, please!
No. Okay.
Journey to you.
Rely on strength, not false
I'll check it
bones.
out. Okay, so we need to actually yeah, as you can see, the Asura has been kidnapped, and we need to free him.
Blast a friendly face. Wait, you're not here to cuddle. No? Good! Just get me away from these bothersome beasts.
That had to hurt.
Now this beast will take him from place to place to place. I do remember that because I've done this event for the jar of harpy pheromones before. We will have to wait for the new place.
I never want to smell, hear, or see another
Cast down the oppressors.
in that order.
The animation is not stellar. Something tells me that if
Never.
something tells me if ArenaNet was doing this event nowadays, it would have been a bit more quality. But there you go.
You got here in the nick of time. If you hadn't rescued me, my brilliance would have fallen into obscurity. Assorelations delivers potent pheromone persuasion. But who'd want a harpy attractor? Hunters? The incredibly lonely? No. How we work the formula? It'll work yet. Miss? You sure you don't find me attractive? Come closer. Smell.
If I get any closer, it'll be to tenderize you for my dog's supper.
Never mind.
So yeah, it didn't work. Apparently, this was not the intended effect. So there you go. But we get the rejected pheromones, I guess, as an item, which we will then have to throw at some NPCs.
Redesign my perfume's attraction power. This calls for more research. But first, I should wash this off before we have any more incidents. Excelsior.
Oh, come on, unlock as a vendor already. Jesus. We spent like 15 minutes.
I'll be back. I shouldn't be long.
Jesus Christ, he showers as well. That's so stupid.
I'm feeling superlative.
Perfect.
How to rework this formula?
Alright, let's overbuy on this. It's just, it's coppers, a couple of silvers. I don't, that doesn't concern me. We might not, well, we shouldn't need this many. Realistically, we should need just 2. Of course, that is assuming we land the hits when we actually get to the place where we are supposed to throw it. But yeah, let's climb the wall. Might be a little more difficult without a mount. I don't quite remember how easy it is to climb these walls, but we'll check the vista. And after that, oh snap, I forgot to turn off the taco version. You may have seen some overlays that might be quite distracting. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that in the sky? That was the shatter, wasn't it? I don't know why I'm saying it all like excited like this, but we'll see. We'll see more of the shatter, I promise. However, we are slowly but surely towards the edge of the wall, and this place is interesting because in Guild Wars 1, as you can see, this is about the zone that it overlaps with the outpost, and the outpost is almost entirely located on the wall, which is interesting. There are like NPCs and merchants and stuff that are just stood on top of the wall, and it's like a little bit of a noodle-like thing that has like an exit right on the wall as well. So it's an interesting location for an outpost. I just wanted to point that out for some reason. I know it's it probably doesn't sound that exciting, but yeah, just in case you were wondering, how did they have an outpost here? Because in Guild Wars 2, of course, most outposts were like towns and stuff, and this one kind of broke formula and looked a little different. And of course, this wall used to be there in Guild Wars 1 as well. They didn't build over anything, and yeah, it used to be broken as well in Guild Wars 1 already, like shattered by the war with Char. Moving on, and we will come up onto the Ash Legion camp that we have been informed about. But first, we will talk to a scout till they have something to tell us. It's Alaris.
Stationed at Broken Tooth Maw and Scarab Ravish fight tooth and nail to hold their ground against the Branded. The Vigil have joined them and established a forward camp in the thick of the Brand. Anyone who can get through to them should do what they can.
Right. Thanks for the heads up. So there is a Renowned Heart immediately towards the north. However, we will be more interested in the southern one, just so we don't forget it and don't have to come back. Now this one is incredibly tedious and weird, and it does break the formula of the traditional Renowned Heart, but basically you get this stealth kit. And with this stealth kit, you must not come into the line of sight of any of these char, right? And basically, you don't get any hard progress until you like make progress. If you catch my drift. So you have to find a good route through here and make sure nobody sees you. Now this guy is quite purposefully guarding this this area. You can't walk through here, if I remember correctly. Well, you might be actually able to, but if you hug the wall over here, you can. Well, okay, that doesn't work. So yeah, basically what you're supposed to do is touch these Ash Legion flags. Now this one might be a little easier to erect. it's like proof that you've been here, that you've gotten to this point, right? So you're supposed to find some like paths, and unfortunately, this being a 2012 design and all, there are no like cones of... Am I still stealthed? Why does my armor look so weird? You seen this? I'm half visible, half stealthed. So yeah, this being a 2012 design and all, you don't actually see, you don't have any indications on when they will spot you. So here I thought I'm quite in the clear, but apparently I'm not. I don't know what the practice dummy is for. This is where they... What? Now, did I get that from the Guardian? I got that from the Guardian. That doesn't matter then. I do swear I've been able to go past the Ash Legion Seeker before and go in the back here. Oh yeah, they disappear. That's why. That's how you can actually pass here. They disappear for a while and they come back. So this is one of the paths that is quite easy, because there's further on hardly any char that would watch you, and if I remember correctly, you can actually climb onto the stand with some persistence and pass these as well and get 3 flags right away easily. Also climb onto this this roof. You can dodge, which is useful. Okay, this one catches you, so that's not good, but you can come back here. And get these 3 again, hopefully. At least some of these. This one respawned again. Okay, let them turn around. I don't know what this guy's doing. This person. How the fuck are they walking past these? What the fuck are they doing? How are they doing this? Are they cheating? Am I losing my mind? They just straight up fucking walked past all of them. Shut up, shut up. Let me touch. Let me touch the flag. Good. Don't know how I'm supposed to do this thing. Walk behind their back. Ah, too close. Alright, why is there no music? Why did the music cut off? You, get the fuck out. Dude, I want to get that flag. And only that flag. Yeah, thank you. There we go, and that completes this heart. Yeah, it's not ideal. It is a little weird. The reward may be, well, nothing of interest, so bye forever. Anyway, we did this, then we can continue. And we're closing in on another renowned heart, this time to deal with the separatists, if I remember correctly. It is this little nook and cranny where you basically like sabotage separatists, kill them, and that's the extent of this. Destroy their supplies and steal explosive powder, which you can then bring to the heart vendor. Heart giver.
Take the field.
I always dislike when you have to carry something back to the quest givers, because you never know how much of it you're gonna need, and it makes it a little annoying to finish then. But we can loot the place, completely ransack it, get a bunch of this explosive powder. At least picking it up also gives us hard progress. So I'm thinking these 2 crates and this could be enough. Well, there's one more respawn separatist, so that's gonna help as well. Okay, I'm gonna ignore these ones because, well, we want to hand it in, and you might be asking me if you want to hand them in, why are you going further into the cave instead of to the entrance? And my answer is because there is a jumping puzzle, which we will need for one of the collections that we are pursuing. So yeah, I don't quite know where exactly the item is, the one that we're trying to get, but I'm confident we will find it out. There is this verdant sort of hidden, cute little hidden grove. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot, this is a jumping puzzle. Glider is not allowed. So we will have to be careful with our jumps. But yeah, there's a little hippie skippy hoppy. Well, it's a jumping puzzle. Luckily, I remember how to do it. And by remember, I mean I have an overlay. Which you can't see on stream because it would be incredibly distracting, but it actually shows me exactly where to go, so I will make it seem really effortless. There is a little bit of a figuring out where to go, right? So maybe don't take my performance as any indicator. To where to go. However, I am looking for a flower. I doubt. Yeah, I should specify. I'm looking for a flower for the kudzu collection. It is supposed to be here somewhere. I doubt it would be in the cave. I am thinking it might be in this like verdant area. There's a rich gold vein. It's not what I'm looking for. Jesus Christ. Looks like it's what a very little fall in Blazeridge stripes deep within Crazy's Folly. Okay, Crimson Sunflower. It is yeah, now that I jumped down, that's perfect actually. I will have to climb all the way back up. But yeah, it might be in the cave after all. It is weird though. It is weird that a sunflower would be somewhere in a cave, but you know, crazier things happened in this game. Okay, so let's go back up. It shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take long, even though we are supposed to be meeting someone in about 3 minutes, and that someone is the Shatterer. The Shatterer should start any minute now. We shouldn't miss him, so, or it. And considering we still haven't even like discovered the waypoints that lead up to him, this might be a foolish errand, but you know, they don't call it Crazy's Folly for nothing. Yeah, anyway, just ignore all this stuff. This is garbage. The intended way The golden path is through here. You just jump. Well, you don't even have to jump here. You just run. Ignore everything. Yeah, this is the part where it needs a bit of figuring out, right? Normally you would be like lured towards that chest. In fact, I think I see the sunflower. I think this is the sunflower. Yeah, there's the sunflower. We got the sunflower. So just for posterity's sake, though, so that's Kudzu. Oh shit! For this map, done. Just for posterity's sake, this is actually the. If you want to finish the Crazy's Folly jumping puzzle, you have to jump here, down here as well. Potentially fight the troll as well, but of course you can stealth. All you need to do is just open the chest, which you don't have to fight the troll for, but I will do it because I don't have any stealth, any stab, anything that would mitigate his attacks. So we just loot the chest and be done here. And yeah, that completed an event, and also Ascalon as the decade achievement. Which is cool. We're getting way more than we bargained for. Also, we'll hand in the gunpowder. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck did I even get? Oh no, we're just shy of completing this. We'll fix that right away. Just beat up a single separatist. And be on our merry way. Just quickly speak to the heart vendor. They have a bomb fuse, which is also an accessory. It's not a fun item, so let's ignore it. And we will actually go south, where a pre-event is on its way. Now the pre-event, let me just check the map as well. Make sure we are not missing any good world boss trains. Shatter IP88. Let's see whether we're on IP88. Oh, sorry. We are on 66 actually. So never mind that. We will join it here. Much bigger chance of completing this, right? The pre-event is still going on in here, which is a good sign. Means we're not missing anything. If we check the IP as well, it is 88. We are on the correct server.
Freedom must be earned, not given.
And we need the Shatterer, not only for me to showcase it to you, which is always fun to showcase stuff from the maps that we are in, but we actually need it for a collection, for multiple collections actually, not for a single one. So yeah. And my half support build shows its teeth, unfortunately. Rears its ugly teeth because it takes me forever to beat anything up. There is a siege weapon piece. Okay. We've contributed. It's still not enough. As always, most people are lazy here, and they will just like sit on the Shatterer's place and wait for him to spawn, not helping with this at all, and leave me to pick up the siege weapon pieces. We have 2 now. Actually, yeah, this might be enough with all the other people bringing it to the NPC. This is gonna do it. Perfect. We are actually bringing the last 3. And it takes a minute before they are actually on the way. So this NPC will walk through this path Now there's another pre-event that is supposed to take place over here, but it would seem this one is already finished. Therefore, there's nothing that would prevent us from spawning the Shatterer. We've got everything we need. Now, the Shatterer, what to say about it? It is one of the world bosses, one of the iconic world bosses, spawning here in the lowland burns. The story is the Shatterer is not a single dragon. It's actually a title that the Char are giving to a type of a lieutenant of Krokatoric. And every time they kill a Shatterer, a new one will eventually come. So you can see actually multiple Shatterers move about in the sky. This one, it is interesting because there used to be a trailer for Guild Wars 2 where the Shatterer was shown landing on the ground, and it was a very cinematic shot, right? And one of the things that was like the wow moment, right? The boss then eventually came out, and it was, you know, a spectacle for a while, but then it turns out most of the world bosses were very easy to kill, and especially with all the power creep that's come into the game, all that the Shatterer was reduced to was a landing animation, everyone stacked on its foot, and they just burned him down within a couple of minutes. Now, ArenaNet at some point decided to revamp their world bosses because they, and I think quite correctly, identified it as one of the things that sets them apart. The thing is, are those NPCs coming? I'm getting kind of antsy here. The thing is, I don't know. I don't know how I wanted to segue. So it is part of their iconic design, and most of the world bosses just reduced to a single pile of people that would just pile on the dragon and you know, just DPS him down, and it was just you know, a fuck pile, a clusterfuck. So what ArenaNet did was they actually reworked Tequatl first. That was their first world boss rework, and they made it very, very challenging. And for a while, that fight has been insane, and nobody could take Tequatl down. However, eventually this changed significantly. With Shatterer, they approached him differently because they actually decided, well, okay, we are not going to do this insane kind of work to do the Shatterer differently. What we are going to do is we are going to rework its mechanics, but we're not going to make it that challenging. We're just going to introduce more stuff to do, couple of breaks here and there to the fight, a couple of phases where you have to do something in order to not fail this boss. And again, for a while, it has been quite challenging. Not as challenging as Tequatl, but it did prevent this huddle that you're seeing stacking at its feet. That didn't last. As you can see, it does phase. It has a phase where you actually have to get back to the launch pad, or bring CCs. But if you don't have CCs, you can go to this launch pad and actually use these bombs to assault the crystals, and that gives a bit of CC. And until you destroy these crystal nodes, the Shatterer is healing itself. and might actually heal itself to full health. So there's a bit of that. There's also these like AoEs and oh, ouch. These AoEs and whatnot. The crystal formations that trap people and stuff. So the mechanics are still here. However, as you can see, most people will stack up in a single place anyway for optimal DPS. And it is the same clusterfuck it's always been. So good job on the rework. A little worse job on keeping it up to date. And now the shatter looks like this. Like, I'm staring at the foot. I know it's not very cinematic. I apologize for that. Of course, the shatter is a cool boss and cool design. And at its finest, it is a very interesting fight. And it just flies off and breaks off into a million pieces while some fucking engineers do dumb shit. Anyway, what we're here for is well, this one is actually a guild decoration. We were here for the Shatter's Crystal, but more importantly, we were here for this thing, Crystal Jar, which we are imbuing with the Frostfang experimental energy. Basically, this is what we got. Use a crystal jar after defeating the Shatter and Blazeridge steps to fill it with its essence. So this will actually come alongside all the other jars that we've already collected. So that is Kudzu done, Quip has been done for a while, and now Frostfang joins it. And we actually have Rodgord marked. This collection we will not actually get a new entry in, but just to demonstrate here is Burn the Shatter's Crystal in the Cauldron at Division Shrine in Fireheart Rise. So this is what dropped the Shatter's Crystal. However, if I'm not mistaken, I do have the Shatter's Crystal already on a different character. I don't know when I got it, because I don't usually do world bosses. But in case I wouldn't have this, I wouldn't have this elsewhere on any other character, it will come in handy, and we will potentially burn it, even though Rodgord is quite likely not going to be a legendary that we're going to go for in the end. I think we're going to do the third generation legendary instead for the torch, but we'll see. It's still open for you know, I can still change my mind. So moving on, we still don't have the exploration fully done. We will do it here, where a large part of progress was made by us participating in the world boss fight. It is help Sentinel and Vigil forces slay branded creatures, join Sentinel patrols, and revive fallen allies, destroy branded crystals and noxious branded plants, and have a nice look around this location. A personal anecdote, this is the first time, this place is the first time I've climbed on a griffin to like a particular height and found out how the sky actually breaks into a very different lighting and stuff, and regretted that ArenaNet did not spend more time polishing the Corteria experience for the Griffins, and was wondering how it would look like for new players who would experience it here for the first time. You know, flying under flying mounts, and you know, sky scale didn't even exist back then. But just to demonstrate you the point I'm actually making, it is a bit of a polish. So it's very atmospheric here, right? Very gloomy. You can hardly see anything. There are all these like brand clouds or whatever. But since there's the north wall, you can climb quite high on top of it. And the environment still looks gloomy, still looks like this dusty stuff. Please ignore this cutoff. However, as you climb and climb and climb, and hopefully I can demonstrate it a little better. Nope. Okay, so let's actually use this wall. This might actually help us climb a little higher. Right here, the sky changes drastically already, but it's because we're in a different zone, so that might be excusable, right? But here, let's say we fly from over here. Oh no, what have I done? This will lose us some height. But yeah, the transition. Well, here it wasn't that distracting. But if we were to climb up, and I can't actually do that now. But there is a point above which, well, first of all, there's like this cloud layer that is just like very straight, very cut off. And that in its on its own is quite distracting. But there is a much larger problem that if you climb high enough, and I guess not many people would do that now that I see like how difficult it actually is to reach that point again. But yeah, if you were to climb up higher, basically the lightning we've seen by climbing the wall at its highest point that we could find would be what suddenly happens. Like snap, you cross a certain threshold, and snap, the lighting just changes, and it just looks weird and obviously unpolished. Now, it was not possible in 2012 when this game came out, but with the mounts like the Griffin and the Sky Scale, it is actually possible to get that high and experience this, and you know, suddenly think to yourself, wow, this game looks shit. It doesn't. It still looks gorgeous when you like you know, look away from these like minor inconsistencies, but it is something that can happen to you and kind of ruin your immersion. You know, get you in that like space where you're like, oh wow, this is a video game after all. Because like here you can see, as I'm moving here, the shift in lighting is very gradual. Even though it, well, on the Raptor it is very stark as well, but as you can see, I'm slowly walking, the lighting changes very gradually. It's really cool. And yeah, that just doesn't happen when you fly above a certain threshold in this zone. Maybe they fixed it. Who knows? Maybe they fixed it since I discovered it. So yeah, just a personal anecdote. The birthplace of the Vigil, the scorched and gutted cavern, is where the Order's founder, Almora Soulkeeper, was forced to kill her entire warband when they were branded by the dragon Kralkatorrik. Yeah, another cool story from the past, this time between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, where Almora was actually cornered by her own warband mates and was forced to kill them, and swore to kill Kralkatorrik and go to war with the Elder Dragon threat. Anyway, that is the last thing that was keeping us away from exploring the map fully. We got lucky, got a Black Lion chest key, and more importantly, a full map, getting us ever closer to finishing our Generation 1 legendary weapons, because we need quite a bit of gifts of exploration for that. In fact, we have used and will use, well, we have used one for today's legendary. There is a letter congratulating us on finishing the zone. It is not necessary for us to read it. We did get some items, none for today's legendary, the one that we are going to craft right now, the Dreamer, but that doesn't matter. We will go finish this collection as well. Now, in order to do that, we will actually have to leave Escalon and come on. And well, we're not in combat. I'm not fighting the veteran again. You can forget that. So once we get out of combat, preferably to this like outpost. And yeah, we can actually do one more look at that Shaman's Historical Guide to Teteria. There is one more interesting part of this map towards the north of the eastern frontier. Is The Last Day Dawns. Is basically a mission. Well, it's a quest, but this is where you fight titans, and it's also a title of the. Well, it's what's basically like the title of the quest kind of thing, or the mission that brings you from pre-searing to post-searing Escalon. So yeah, this is where you assault some titan enemies, which are incredibly high level for this zone. They are a sort of a post-game content, and for some reason they're just marked as a point of interest by that shaman over here. And yeah, it's basically like after you finish the game, this is one more challenge to add to the pile, and it corresponds roughly in Guild Wars 2 terms, or in Guild Wars 2 terrain, to a char outpost. So let's just take a look at it. It is the Broken Maw waypoint. We've been there, but just barely looked at it. Might as well do that while we're here. See if they have any interesting dialogue.
I don't want to overpower the meat. Is it ready yet? Don't worry. You won't go hungry today. I'm already hungry, starving, wasting away. It's good I'm nothing like you. Nothing would ever get cooked.
Tell me about Broken Tooth Maw. We've been stuck here for a long time, cut off from the rest of our legion. The Maw is our home, and we aren't giving up on those branded abominations. Why don't you leave? We would rather die than let the Maw fall into enemy hands. Leaving is an act of cowardice, and that's worse than death. Okay, so they don't actually tell us about the history of this place or why it was built here. Yeah, anyway, cool place in Guild Wars 1 as well. Well, in Guild Wars 1 specifically. I don't know much about how fun it is in Guild Wars 2. Anyway, let's go home, basically, because this character is Sylvari. And let's go to the Grove, where we are supposed to finish the collection for the Dreamer. Which will give us a set of very important things to finish the precursor and finally the legendary weapon. However, there is one more task that I have decided to do here. We are in the End of Dragons era, and we have talked to Beyond. Hopefully it's not character bound. If this was character bound, that would kind of... okay, let's do it this way, okay? I'll cheat and find out where to find her. She's supposed to be right near Reckoner's Waypoint on the upper terrace of the Starbower Nursery. So, Rakanna's waypoint. We are a little too high, I guess. Yeah. And some what did they say? What was it called? Starbower Nursery. Starbower Nursery. Is that a point of interest? Doesn't quite say. Vigil shelter. It's definitely not it. Is this the Starbower Nursery? Oh my god! I can't even mouse over these points of interest. The hidden shelter, vigil shelter, the house of Kate, or whatever that said. Starbower Nursery. Is this the place? No, that's the vigil or priory thing. Is this the Starbower Nursery? Oh, there she is. Okay, she's not character bound, so cool. We can keep an eye out for her in the other cities. So basically what this achievement requires of us is finding her in each of the major cities of Corteria. So this is where we're gonna find her here, and she will tell us a little bit about the architecture of this place, or you know, her perspective on it. So we are finding her in the grove.
Did they really just grow their city?
That's it?
Did they really just
okay,
grow their city?
that's interesting. Yeah, so this gives us progress. We should be able to hit Divinity's Reach and Lion's Arch in this episode as well, just by virtue of crafting the legendary. So we'll do progress on this achievement as well. We're not gonna finish it though. We'll see other excuses to visit these cities in the future. What we're here to do now is the collection for the Dreamer. And it's imbue a superior sigil of dreams at Ventari's tablet in the Omphale's chamber of the Grove. Omphale's chamber, of course, being the top level of this place. So it's the upper commons, and it is an instance, if I'm not mistaken. Through here. Yes, and yeah, indeed, it is an instance introduced with this little cutscene. I'm gonna skip it, but we are here at Ventari's tablet. Considering this is actually my home, and I don't have it 100% completed, it's a little bit of a shameful thing. But anyway, we can imbue the superior sigil of dreams with Ventari's dream. So. Yeah, and that completes our collection and gives us a chest of dreams. We're gonna put that in the shared slot where we took the sigil, and we're gonna switch characters now. In fact, what we are going to do is pick it up on Lucy, who will benefit the most from its content. The content, of course, being there is a single item that we need for the crafting of the legendary weapon. However, there's still the experiment we were talking about earlier. It's the essence of dreams. So that's the thing that we need for crafting of the legendary, the precursor, along with the spirit of the perfected shortbow. And also, there's a bunch of recipes. Now, my hypothesis, if you remember correctly, it was that it is the recipes that actually give us the chance to loot the items and talk to the NPC to give us the karma thing. However, it might be by finishing this this collection that we might be able to actually loot the boar bristle. And in fact, it is by completing the collection. So it's not by unlocking the collection. You have to actually complete it first. Otherwise, you won't get the bristles. So it's not actually by unlocking the recipes. Okay, my hypothesis was wrong. However, we did find out very quickly, and you can see it here. I think it's proof enough. I think it's good enough for wiki standards that we've proved that in order to get the boar bristle, you actually need to finish the Dreamer collection, not just unlock it. So yeah, we'll see whether the same applies to Terzi. They did claim that though. So
Can I help you?
yeah, I was wondering, and you can see this icon wasn't available to us before. I was wondering if you had any painting supplies, and we can buy a single jar of paint base, and that will give us the opportunity to finish the short bow. I'm not gonna roller beetle all the way to Divinity's Reach. I will use one of the waypoints. But basically, now we need to employ our skills as a huntsman, because as you can see, the recipes are all for huntsmen. So, and basically we just craft everything that we've just learned. So we are going to go to the huntsman station, which is right here. But before we do that, of course, we need to find Bian, or Blan, or whatever her name is. So, what the fuck is this? There's a book club or something? What is going on in here? Are you seeing this? This is crazy. Should I pull up a chair? They are actually fucking role-playing. Crazy motherfuckers. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool that they're doing that. I'm actually impressed. They have coordinated chairs and everything. I shouldn't be like spoiling their little thing. I am wondering where we're gonna find Bian. It is Bian, probably, or something of that sort. I hope I don't have to find her in order, this achievement, because that would make it we need to find her in the Black Citadel first, which we're not doing. I have a crazy thought that she might be here around the pavilion, because remember, and I don't know if I talked about this. Yeah, I did talk about it on a recent stream. This actually used to be a Canton quarter, or it's supposed to be a Canton quarter. It collapsed eventually, and they built this monstrosity around here, this dome. That might be an architectonic feat that might interest Bian, but she's not in any of the conspicuous places. So shall we have a little bit more of a look around? What if she's on these no, of course not. Now where else? What else might be architectonically?
It's all huge buildings. I don't think they have
interesting to her. Maybe, just maybe, she might be by the Uzalan Orchestra. Now, the thing I talked about, we did a collection for Uzalan's Mechanical Orchestra, is actually a thing that is in Divinity's Reach. If I actually run across it, I will show you. And it is the very same replica thing. This thing. As you can see, it makes quite a bit of music. But yeah, you can actually get this thing for your guild hall as a decoration, which is what I'm after. I don't know if it makes the music there as well. But yeah, I don't know. These are quite common parts of the city. I don't think we would find beyond anywhere here. I would think she would be in the garden and stuff. Not in any of these streets. But you know, judging by the very short line of dialogue she had, I'm guessing ArenaNet intended for this to be a sort of a, what is it called? A treasure hunt? No, that's not the right thing. Well, you know, a bit of a quest to find beyond. She's like the...
And blasphemous, all rolled into one.
It's about the journey, not about the goal, right? That's what they always say. So yeah, I do... I doubt we would find her in Elon quarters. Elonian houses, which by the way don't look anything like what Alona looked like in the end. But you know, there was an early attempt by ArenaNet to make something vaguely African. Anyway, we will have a roll around towards the front. It might be here as well. Did I check the politician quarters or whatever? What is it called? Minister Rachel, Minister Theodis, Ministry, Ministry halls. But she's nowhere to be found here either. Bit of a fly perspective. Bird's eye view. Wouldn't find her in the gardens. And she's apparently not admiring the gardens.
Do you really think they want a treaty with the Char? The land they would lose has been theirs for centuries.
So yeah, this is about the only place I can think of now. This alleyway. But no. Okay, let me check the wiki. Let me check the wiki now. On the terrace near the vista is an elevator that will take you up, turn left and follow the parapet around. So Osan Waypoint, it's actually Osan Waypoint. It is actually Osan Waypoint. By the Osan Quarter. On the terrace near the vista. Yeah, right. What? On the terrace near the vista? Is an well, there are elevators all over the place, but I don't know which one they're referring to. I'm guessing that one is nearer to the vista than the ones on the other side. we get to the upper city. East of the vista is an elevator. Oh, okay. On the terrace near the vista, east of the vista is an that will take you up. Turn left and follow the parapet around. East of the vista. So I was supposed to go up this elevator. And then what? Take you up. Okay, we're at a completely different place. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, this is the garden. I wouldn't fucking find her. I wouldn't be able to find her at any point here. Oh my god.
Who approved this? This layout makes no sense.
She does actually look at the Osan Quarter, though. That's interesting to me. Anyway, we're here for quite different reasons, and that is to craft a legendary weapon. Finally, the insane Dreamer. So, let's go to the Master Huntsman, to the Huntsman Station. And craft not the gift of wood, which we have crafted earlier. We are actually looking at the lover. An exotic weapon and a precursor to the Dreamer. For that, we're gonna need a horse figure. Fine, we have the materials. And the bow wings. And for the bow wings, we're gonna have to craft the paintbrush, which I'm not quite sure how to assemble, but okay. And also the vial of cadmium. Seriously? Refined by combining copper ore. Where do you want me to throw this into the Mystic Forge, or? I don't know. Actually, this is what an artificer makes. I have to switch to a different character? That's total bullshit. And paintbrush. And who makes paintbrush? Also an artificer. So okay, I need more than one crafting profession. That seems like, sure, why not? Anyway, toss in all the materials into the bank. I would hate to come up short when switching to a different character. There we go. Okay, we will need this on this character, but yeah, the bristles. And that should be it. Hopefully that's it. And let's switch to someone who can do some artificing. Actually, let's switch to our Mesmer, a character I haven't played, well, ever. It's not my character, but I occasionally switch to when I need artificing of high levels. Because it is the only high-level artificer on my my account. Also, I hope I'm pronouncing artificer right. Plenty of achievements popped again, of course. Classic. We are right next to the artificing station, luckily, and we are supposed to do the cadmium. What the fuck? How? What? Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's not actually crafted by them. Source recipe paintbrush. Oh no, it is. It is crafted by a. How come I don't have the recipes? It can also be bought by people who completed the Dreamer 3 Lover collection. Oh, okay, so I don't get this automatically? That is confusing as all fuck. But okay. I can't neither do the brush nor the cadmium salts. I have to buy them for karma. Alright then. Which one of you fucks have it? Recipe. Paintbrush, please. And where is the other thing? Oh my god, vial of cadmium salts. That's actually through discovery? You have to discover this? What the how does this make any sense? Whatever. Okay, we have the brush recipe now, so we can actually craft that. Unless we have not used it. Now we have. So I guess reload the window. Maybe. Paintbrush. Perfection. Alright. Thank fuck. So here and discover cadmium salts. So we have to discover this shit. It's apparently some iron ore, some copper ore, a lump of coal, and a thermocatalytic reagent. Ooh, question marks. I don't suppose it's supposed to look like that, but whatever. It is a vial of cadmium salts. That's exactly what I need. So that's our brief adventure on this character. Moving on back to Lucy, and Lucy as a master huntsman. God damn. Okay, we're nearing our goal though. What am I doing? There. The lover. Again, an exotic weapon that is made of these materials together. It takes a while. Oh, and this item can only be crafted once per account. Just think of that. Yeah, we can never craft this again. Now, because it's very cheap to craft it just from these materials, of course. It's not like we can get them again. Maybe we can, I don't know. But yeah, Hobbs congratulates us. I am delighted to hear of your prowess and power and of your progress in attaining the necessary precursor to create your legendary weapon. It's general. We must have read this on stream already. We already crafted some precursors, so let's forget it. Here's the thing: the lover, even when you craft it, is an item that you can sell on the trading post. Now we could flip it right away and get some 50 gold. That's not a very good idea because we've spent way more in materials to actually craft this. Not this stage, but completing the full collection. And in fact, the funny thing is, if you look at my transactions and at my selling list, I am actually selling a lover. Why did I craft a lover? If I had a lover, don't ask me. But we actually have the lover listed. We have it listed for an extremely high price. I have listed, I don't know when, but it didn't seem that high back then. I did want to make a profit, and I hope the price is gonna rebound at some point. But it doesn't look like that so far. So this might be a forever investment. Who cares? I have crafted another one, and the thing I did it for was the achievement points, the associated achievement points. Really, I did not care which way I would get it. I could have bought it a long time ago, as you can see from the money that I have. But I did want to finish the collection ultimately. So let's switch to Gore, our warrior. who will help us ultimately finish the legendary, because Gore has the rest of the materials. Now, these took a while to craft, and I think I've shown the process or the majority of it on stream already once before. I will not do that again, probably never. But as you can see, I have a gift of mastery, I have a gift of fortune, and I have a gift of the dreamer. All 4 things that are required for finishing the legendary weapon. So the precursor was basically the last step. And now, before we go to the Mystic Fortune, we will have to actually find Beyond, right? Yeah, we're doing that. Now, Lance Arch is not that complicated a city. However, it is very big, and I am wondering whether I want to actually be looking for the woman on my own. Now, what are some landmarks here? Well, of course it's the harbor that looks like a goddamn lobster. I don't think she would be admiring the manta ray or whatever it is, i.e. the raid hub, i.e. What do they call it in lore? Not quite sure. I am thinking of the lighthouse. She might be near the lighthouse. On top of it, perhaps. There's a good view of the city as well, right? So she could take in all of the architecture, potentially. So there's Surreal. Training for the next gauntlet. Don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Let's see. This might be way better to climb on a different mount than the sky scale, actually. Thinking Jackal to just like do the loop-de-doop. But it does feel like there's a bit of a more perspective on a flying mount that can disengage from the tower and see it all at once. Unfortunately, she's not here. So, is she by the giant lobster? Is she in Lion's Arch at the... is she even in Lion's Arch? Yeah, she is. Okay. Good. What's up? I can't go back? So what the fuck happened? Okay, she's apparently not by the lobster. And anyway, she probably wouldn't be standing inside it, right? So where could she be hiding? I am thinking somewhere inconspicuous. There's Giacomo. Is she by the fountains, perhaps? Didn't she say she wanted to see the fountains or something? This is Miani, not Beyond. Similar sounding names, but not quite. What about the memorial? if I can actually remember where the entrance to the memorial is. I thought it's right behind the corner here. It's way over there. Okay, we can use a waypoint. We don't have to be hopping around on our jackal. Because, you know, there's like you know, it looks like JC, so she might actually, like, I don't know, be interested in, no? Okay, nothing here. That's just a stylistic choice anyway. It's not, it's like made of jade. Okay, I am once again probably gonna defer to the wiki to help me find her. My last guess, my very last guess, is this this ugly ass thing that I still don't.
No, he stops just before.
Still don't see any reason in seeing. Didn't Marjorie and Casimir though get engaged? They might actually get a wedding here in the very end. Finally. All right. I don't know. I don't know where to look for her. Let's consult the wiki. Lion's Arch, Sanctum Harbor Waypoint, which is southwest of Grand Piazza. Southwest of Grand Piazza. Where's the waypoint they are referencing? Sanctum Harbor is this thing. This is the closest thing. Southwest. Southwest is about here.
Mother, there's a fascinating bug over
Unu, the merchant, on the Mariner plaque. Is that the merchant they're referring to? Well, let's see. You're supposed to be on top of a merchant. I'm guessing since Unu is a Quagan, it might actually be this merchant that is right here on the corner, because they're actually underwater, right? And there is a mariner plaque. Of course, she's admiring the lobster.
It's a piece of concrete, I guess. Nothing on Kining, though.
All right. Okay. Thank you for your input. Let's do it. I will ping in chat. You won't be able to see it because of my overlay. But I will ping the items in chat as is tradition. And see whether someone responds before we actually get there. No, don't do it. Can I actually equip it as Gore? I can't. Can I? Doesn't matter. He's got the materials. It's account bound anyway. Let's do it. Let's flush it down. And 3, 2, 1.
That looks valuable.
It is. Over here. The Dreamer. The Dreamer. It is here. Now we can sell it for quite a bit of profit, as you can see. tempting, but not really. We get a little bit of a congratulations, and more importantly, we can now just straight up double click it. Well, we cannot double click it because we cannot equip it, but we can add it to the legendary armory. This will consume the item so that it can be used on any character on your account. Yes! We actually get refunded the thing. Anyway, the Dreamer and another legendary on our account. The Dreamer is as mystifying as it is perplexing. For such a creature doesn't exist within the known world. It is quite popular among the Skrit, though, who idolize its colorful prowess. Sorry. And there we go. So we cannot actually equip it with gore, I believe. There's no way to equip a short bow on a warrior, is there? Alas. But we will switch to a different character to see it in action. I want to see the footfalls, I want to see the draw effect, and I want to hear the wonderful sound effect. Also, we can actually put it on a character that did a good chunk of legendary progress today. So that's an added bonus, an added sort of a fun thing. Okay, we don't have much armor on. That perhaps doesn't even matter. I don't know why. Well, we can unequip this. Actually, do that. Because at least we'll see the effects in full force, and we can replace this short bow with Dreamer. Actually, should we replace something else? The staff? No. We will replace the short bow that we currently have equipped. Now there it is. This is what the Dreamer looks like on a naked person. Yeah, it is night here, as I can see. But that's maybe even better. So these are the footfalls, little rainbow horseshoes. There is a little bit of a hue on us, even though we have a lot of infusions as well on our trinkets and such. But yeah, the draw looks like this. A little bit of a unicorn shape appearing above us. Should I remove the trinkets as well? I probably will. Unequip. They're all legendary anyway, so they won't spam my inventory. This is much better. Wow. Undistracted. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a rainbow glow around my character too. And now... Oh, and we are leaving a little rainbow trail as well. Are we leaving that when... No, it's not when it's stowed. Didn't know that. Didn't know that there's like a trail as well. But most importantly, the sound effects. Oh, the sound effect. They're very sporadic. I thought they were gonna be like audible all the time. They got cut off though. Yeah, they are. Whee! And as you can see, it's like unicorns. Like you did notice that, didn't you? Someone's trying to join the fray. I wish I could get a better angle, but maybe like this. Yeah, you can slow it down, the footage later on. It's funny, like it's mostly audible if you're like getting hit by the projectiles. You can't actually hear it when you're firing it with like your camera drawn back. It's very sporadic. Right now I can't hear a single nay. Well, I did hear it now. Whee! Hell yeah, the dreamer. My dreams came true. And of course, like it gets kind of gets kind of trippy. Now, not all projectiles are actually changed, as you can see. These are actually unchanged. These remain unchanged. But you can, and I should probably do that as well. Can we go into the home instance? There is an assault of unicorns. Because there are targets, right? In the home instance, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. There are, yeah, these training targets. I just want to show you this volley. The 7-shot actually sends a bunch of fucking unicorns. This is a fucking stampede. It's a stampede, dude. We're still in range. Check this out. Whee! Holy shit, that's so cool. That's so fucking awesome. That's ridiculous. Oh, god damn. Oh, of course, yeah, alright. This didn't quite... This is a weird way this fucking projectile works, but that's fine. The 7-shot is my favorite thing right now. Yeah, very cool, very cool. There is one more character that can equip it, and that can show the different projectiles, and it's of course our thief. And Lucy as well. She crafted a big portion of the legendary weapon, so it might be fitting to actually try it on her as well. All women, that's good as well, isn't it? It's gender appropriate. Nah, I'm kidding. That's an old-fashioned way to look at things. But yeah, also a shortbow we can replace, and again, doesn't quite fit her aesthetic, I will admit. However, what you can do is this thing, it's a giant fucking pony bomb, I guess. You can explode it. Oh my god, you can explode it into unicorns. Holy fucking shit. You can explode it into multiple unicorns. Bam! Did you see that? Holy crap. Yeah, aiming up is actually a good idea. And they will fly from a much higher... let me see. What's the range in this thing? What's the highest we can aim it? Roughly here. Whee! That's funny. Okay, a unicorn to get us from danger. A poisonous unicorn. A unicorn that explodes into poison. And a unicorn that shadow steps us. It's like riding a unicorn. Whee! 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 Okay, this neighing is fine and all, but nothing beats the ranger. The ranger effect. The ranger, who, of course, has some of the most annoying projectiles ever of all professions. So we will swap it, I guess, for a little while for our short bow. I mean long bow. And see. Let's see. What? Didn't hear any nays. Okay, this is very rapid fire already. But there is BAM! An assault. That didn't look that good. There's a crippling shot. And there's a concussion shot. So most of them are really boring projectiles. But what we can actually do is fire a volley of unicorns. So I had hoped it's gonna be more flashy than the Revenant stuff, but it's not. Now I aimed it into the ground immediately again. Never mind that. Where's some quickness? Where can I get some quickness? Quickening Zephyr. Let's see. Hell yeah! Unicorn after unicorn. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I still don't know which character to put it on, frankly. Who will wear this? But yeah, this is the legendary, the Dreamer. I will have to come up with some bomb-ass outfits for this. But yeah, another legendary in the bank, making a total of, I don't know however many weapons. But I do believe it knocks our final count of legendary weapons that we're after to 15. Am I mistaken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, sorry. It's 12. It's 12. It was 15 when I first arranged for this, but ever since we have the bolt and the incinerator as well, now the Dreamer, we're only going for 12 more legendary weapons, and after that we will have a full arsenal. Yes, that's right. Every legendary weapon in the game, into every slot that you can have at once. Discounting swaps and discounting underwater weapons, but yeah, it is a little over 16. It's actually 20 weapons that we're going for total. So if we're actually missing 12, we have 8 legendary weapons. Do we? Is that true? That might be accurate. Do we only have 8? I thought it was more. It's apparently only 8, probably, if I'm counting right. Anyway, that's it. That's it for our stream today and for our legendary journey. Quite a bit of progress has been made. Of course, a legendary weapon is always a huge progress. Next time, we're probably going to do some more exploration, but also I think I'm going to mix it up with some End of Dragons content, because we are probably going to go for an End of Dragons legendary, a 3rd generation legendary. So be on the lookout for that. And for now, it's genuinely everything that I wanted to show. So thank you for your attention. Anyone who stopped by, as always, this stream is going to be on YouTube eventually. And in the meantime, you can, apart from the link that I just posted into chat, and where you can actually find my VODs, you can also visit my Patreon if you'd like to support my content, which is not a lot. I know it's just streaming of Guild Wars 2, but you know, potentially if I would be getting rewarded for that, I could expand, because things like, I don't know, rent would cease to be a concern. And well, let's not think of it in this regard. I want to provide content that I have fun playing. So hopefully this was at least a bit fun for you as well. And yeah, thank you for your attention, and see you next time.